Of the event, got the 24th seed, the Chicago Bulls, the 9th seeded Dallas Mavericks. Welcome back inside. He had 8 assists in an easy 20-point win here against the Golden State Warriors. Mavericks win the tip. They go right to the rim, and a quick bucket for Mitch Creek on the follow-away at the rim. And here come the Mavericks. Shot up, shot in. Dallas not messing around here. He is off for Dante Ingram, one of the heroes from that Loyal of Chicago Final Four run. Here's Brunson on the three. Nothing wrong with that.
He's settled. Now, that's the biggest thing when you're drafted. You just want to come out and you want to impress your team from the beginning. Nice player.
Arcidiacono lost it there. He'll get matched up with his former Villanova teammate Brunson, both national champions.
You see, there's the wonderful thing. He put the ball right where he needed it, and Spalding finishes the shot.
That was Ray Spalding. He's impressed out of Louisville.
I think they're going to feature him a little bit in the post, and I would like to see his offensive game down there in the post.
Brunson over to Jalen Jones.
I remember his first game or two, I want to say 2 or 3 games with Chicago when they brought him up, and he didn't stop it.
Ray Spalding's got a kind of a smooth, easy way around it.
A lot of flying.
Won the EuroLeague title, EuroLeague MVP, won the Spanish championship, Spanish League MVP, all at the age of 19. Youngest EuroLeague MVP ever, youngest Spanish League MVP ever, Final Four MVP.
So what you're saying, he's pretty good.
Well, at that level he certainly is. So is Wendell Carter Jr. Ran track for a year. Then spent a couple of seasons at an NAIA school, Lewis and Clark, before he finished his career at Eastern Washington.
Bulls coach. Played against them.
Not with them.
Not with them.
Quick turnover and quick 2 buckets for the
play basketball.
Yes, and how big was he back in that 2011 finals?
Yes, he was.
Changed the lineup, and he really changed that series.
He did.
Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Adams hands it off, gets it back, try that mid-range, but instead finds Kostas onto the football.
They come up when you need them in November, December, and maybe even May and June at some points in their careers.
I'll tell you one thing, they got a first-hand look to get
decisions are often one of the common mistakes we see in all of our officials. You know, one of the great things about the Summer League is it allowed us to decision, especially when we have the amount of screens that we have.
Right.
You want to be calling meaningful plays and that fit the standard of an illegal screen. Ball situations where you're worried about the physicality of the game, and then the ball will shoot out of there sometimes. And you know, refereeing is oddly not. And on the biggest stage, what we don't want is bullheaded referees who do have some small doubt, who are too righteous to be able to overturn.
Here comes Wendell Carter Jr. Pretty smooth in the open floor, handling it for Chicago. Dante Ingram got away. Indiana, you'll see the Hawks. Trae Young and the Hawks against the Indiana Pacers, then Golden State and Charlotte. Late night on NBA TV. Played 9 years in the NBA.
He was a great point guard.
Blakeney will fire and stroke it. Bulls trailed by as many as 15 in this game. They've cut it to 2, and now taking a 1-point
You may not be the go-to guy, but you want to be efficient when the ball is moved to you, being able to knock down shots. If you're asked to to play the one-on-one game, which he has that ability, you never that, but you have to do it within the confines of the offense, and kudos to him for understanding that and working at that. Really That's how you stay in the league.
Really good self-awareness.
Check from bigs and move him around. I mean, he put his body into Carter and moved him out of the way.
Somehow Blakeney came up with that. Didn't get the shot, but Carter's there to clean it up.
Scrappy, sticking with it, finishing with the left.
Josh Adams just inside the 3-point line, got it to go. He hasn't done the research on that.
Neither have I.
The genealogy.
Yeah.
Here's Hutchison off the back rim. 5 seconds left in the quarter. That's up and in. Carter there.
Watching this kid run the team in a great organization like the Mavericks. And he's doing it well.
Phil Green pulls up and knocks down the mid-range.
Good patience. Great balance in the post.
Arcidiacono, long pass to set up Hutchison, who knocks down another
thing in the, and what's most, well, listen, one thing that I'm very interested in seeing what they do with that, because those two guys,
which improved drastically.
Absolutely. Ariza was in the starting unit, one of their guys that he guarded the best when you guard great offensive players like that. But man, that's a luxury to have two guys like that. Now, well, they
starts with the ball.
It is Jalen Brunson with his head up. Oh, look at that.
Little reverse against Arcidiacono and set up Spalding for the three. And Razor's, quote, a smoothness to his game. And he really is a fluid athlete. I see what he means.
Yeah.
Dante Ingram knocks down another three. Back-to-back threes by Ingram. These two reviving practice matchups from years ago. Ingram, that's Hutchison. Amazing family story. Family was out selling stuff on the sidewalk. Is nowhere near done.
No way.
Earning in the NBA.
No way.
Adams with a deep three. Felt it.
The small lineups now.
Right. Collinsworth to the rim, and Kyle Collinsworth. Mike Scott probing. Floater is good. Nicely done by Mike Scott.
It becomes a part of your game, so that would be tough for players to adjust to, I think, more than anything.
I think another rule they're looking at that I think would be interesting is offensive rebound. Okay, so offensive team takes a shot, they get the offensive rebound. Shot clock is reset to 24. Okay. Reset it to 14.
14, yes. In NBA history now have worn a Laker uniform.
Wow.
Is that some point in their career? Yeah.
Wow. Now your stat guy Dave Freed didn't give you the same level, but the kid Knox has impressed me so much with his play on the court and his post-game interviews and the way he handles.
Where do you think he's going to end up?
Where's he going to play? We'd all like to know.
I have absolutely no idea. I think the Spurs have handled it well from a standpoint of
they haven't gone out of their way to get him shots. It's all been within the flow.
But at the same
by
time,
signing with a team, you're likely to pass. Unless you have a bunch of repeats.
Probably not.
Here's Blakey.
That's crazy.
I'm told we had an intern count your teammates.
Well, tell him I said thank you, because I would have had no idea.
Here's Blakey flying in for the big finish.
I know Raj spoke about him working on his efficiency and just being smart about his play, but
Dante Ingram now with 13. He's looked good on those catch and shoot opportunities this afternoon. Antetokounmpo, and
they were up 13 at the end of one. And you felt like they were going to run away with this, and then all of a sudden,
Phil Green to his left, he'll finish. Ingram trapped out front to Hutchison. Inside, Carter throws it down. Wendell Carter Jr. may have gotten hit. One thing I really like about Carter's afternoon here is that you see in these summer league games sometimes that teams will make a concerted effort waiting to take their turn. The next couple of games, Antetokounmpo snatches that out of midair and sets up Phil Green for the bucket.
So his brother's bigger than him.
Jarnell's brother?
Yes, and younger.
Bulls will play it out, and they get the win. 95-83. Chicago moves on to the winner's bracket here in Las Vegas. Big fourth quarter for Antonio Blakeney, who had 14 of his 28. After the third, Wendell Carter Jr. with 19.